knitters. Hello Gerald, welcome back. We're finally here to give you the very last little lesson that you'll need to finish up your super cute, super simple little mitten designed by Louise Patterson. And in honor of our very last little lesson for our super simple mitten, I actually have Louise here with me today. Hi Louise.
Hi Caroline. Hi everybody. Hi Gerald.
And actually, believe it or not, those are Louise's hands that you see in the screen today. She's going to give us a hand. She's going to help us out with the last little lesson that we need here. So today we are going to learn how to pick up the stitches for the thumb, and she's going to help. We're going to go step by step until you'll be back to directions that you will understand, because they're exactly the same as how you decreased and ended off the very top of your mitten. So step one, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, so round one, first step that we have to do is we have to pick up 5 stitches off the holder with the DPN.
Right, so you're gonna undo your waste yarn or your safety pin or whatever you've used to hold your stitches. You're gonna start with a brand new empty DPN.
Okay.
On the right hand side, so
Okay.
you've got the right side facing you.
Yep, good.
Is that a stitch? Okay. And you're gonna pick them up what I call purlwise.
Okay.
So you're not twisting the
So
stitch.
needle in.
Needle in, 1. We're gonna pick up 5.
2, 3, 4,
And 5.
5. Okay.
So you can either take your, whatever you've got, I'm just gonna pull this out right now.
Okay.
Now we're gonna pick up a brand new needle.
With another DPN, pick up the remaining 5 stitches.
Okay, so here we go.
1,
2,
2, 3, 4.
And if this last one,
It's a little snug.
it's a
isn't
little,
it?
yeah. And what
It's
you
hiding?
can do sometimes, when it's on waste yarn,
Okay.
if you
Pull the waist yarn up.
pull the waist yarn up,
Okay.
it kind of brings up that last stitch.
To give it a bit of a hand.
Yeah,
Okay.
so we're just gonna wiggle it on there.
So basically, picking up those stitches, you're just basically sliding them back onto a needle, those live stitches.
Yeah, and when you
Perfect.
slide them on purlwise, as if you're gonna put the needle into purl,
Right.
it doesn't twist the stitch.
Excellent.
So this is keeping the stitch
Nice and it's
straight.
oriented the correct way.
correct.
Okay, good. All right.
So we've got 2 needles now.
We do? Okay, so next is, with another DPN, pick up and knit 6 stitches with the right side of your work facing you around the remainder of the thumb opening.
Right.
So this is the direction that's probably going to be the one you may need to watch this a couple of times.
Right.
Picking up and knitting.
Right. So what you're going to do is you're going to join your working yarn back in here now. So we've got our tail ready to go here. Brand new empty needle. So 6 stitches. So what I've kind of done is thinking 2 on the side, 2 across the top, and 2 on the side.
Right. Okay, so we need to make new stitches.
So there's nothing live here. So we are just picking up stitches. Or making new stitches.
Making new stitches.
There's the biggest trick to this is just making sure that you don't have any holes. So I went through
You want to show them again?
2 loops.
Okay.
Yeah, I
So
can
what
take
does
it out
that
again.
mean?
So right here, because there's nothing really here, and there's like no.
There's
See how there's nothing? There's nothing visible here to really pick up.
Right.
So we're just going to kind of go by feel. I don't
Okay.
know how else to say.
Okay.
See how when I pick up this
you have
one
2
strand?
legs of a stitch there, correct?
Well, right now I only have 1.
Oh, just
and
one.
can you see
There
in
it
the
is.
camera?
Okay.
See how that's loose?
Yeah.
See how there's a gap there?
Yeah.
That's probably something you don't want.
Okay.
So if you can find 2 legs,
Okay, so instead of 1 leg, we want 2 legs.
something that's looking a little sturdier,
Okay.
you're just going to take your working yarn, you're going to leave a little bit of a tail.
Okay.
Just
and
like,
the back of the tail is to the back.
yeah,
Okay.
just out of the way.
There you
and
go.
then you pull it through.
And then you pull it through. Okay? Let's Let's do that again, maybe in slower, slightly slower motion.
Sure, let's start again. So you're going to come, you're going to see where the last stitch that we picked up.
Just move the needle a little bit. Okay, there you
like
go.
That?
Yeah.
Better? So you want the right side facing you.
Yep.
You don't want to be turning it around. Just
Okay.
keep.
You're going around.
I'm coming around this way.
Correct.
So with our empty needle, you're going to come in here, close. You're going to pick up 2 legs.
Yeah.
Whatever's not going to leave a hole.
Picking up basically means you're sliding the needle tip underneath.
Yes. See, I could do, we'll go here.
Okay.
Pick up 2 legs.
Okay.
You take your
Working
yarn, leaving a tail, drape it over the working needle, and then you're just going to, just like you're knitting, pull it back through the stitch.
And there you have now picked up and knit 1 stitch.
So now we're going to go up here and to the next stitch that's kind of like a chain stitch that's sitting along the top here.
See if you can show that flat.
Is that better?
That's better, yeah.
So I'm going to go in.
Okay.
Kind of feel where you can pick up a stitch. I'm going to pick up 2 legs here.
2 legs again.
So it's a little sturdier.
Okay.
So it's nothing's really pulling.
Yep.
Make sure I don't have the tail of my yarn. Again, wrap it around and pull it under. So that's a picked up stitch, and now we can knit it. So here again.
You're pulling it back through where you went in.
Right, exactly like you do a knit stitch.
Yeah.
When you're finishing off that knit stitch. So here, we're going to go in under 2 strands of yarn because that makes it pretty solid. It's not loose. So that's our picked up stitch.
Yep.
We're going to make those 2 strands into a stitch.
Okay.
So that's our picked up. We wrap it, and now we've got a brand new knitted stitch.
That was good.
On the needle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
So now we're just going to kind of keep turning it around. And there we've got this side here is showing up a little nicer. See how there's a chain stitch here, kind of a V stitch?
Yep.
That's what we're going to pick up. Pick up
Underneath.
both of those legs.
Yep.
That's picked up. Wrap around. Pull it back under. And there's our new stitch.
Perfect.
So I think we need 2 more. So you're just going to keep kind of turning the mitt around. There's another chain stitch sitting right here on top. I've picked up both the legs, one there and one there. Now I'm going to knit it and pull it through. So one thing you can check is to see how your stitches are looking here.
Okay.
And those look pretty good. If you saw something that looked
like a big hole,
there's nothing live there. So if you didn't like those, you could pull it out and then just reposition your needle to something that you thought is going to look a little nicer,
a little more substantial.
Yeah. So
yeah, that is the beauty of picking up stitches.
Yeah, you can do it and then take a quick look at it. Yeah. And if it's something you don't like, if you think you've picked up too far apart or too close together, just undo them.
Yeah. And
just do it again till you get something that looks nice. So now that I'm back here to the corner, I'm gonna pick up right down down here. Yeah.
Okay.
So that because this stitch here is right here. So that's really side by side. Wrap it and pull it through.
Perfect.
So then when you hold those needles, this stitch and this one we picked up, those really are side by side. Yeah.
Nice.
So there shouldn't be
be holes.
Shouldn't be too many. I mean, every once in a while there's a little hole on either side.
Right.
But because we've just joined our yarn here, you've got a working tail in here that you can come around and you can just
tidy it up.
Yeah.
When you sew
just
in
darn
the end.
darn those in when you sew in the end.
Yeah. And snug those holes up together.
So I wouldn't worry if you have a little hole on either side. That's common.
Yeah.
Just use the end to just sew it up.
Okay.
So now you're just going to keep working in the round. When you were doing the mitt, you had a total of 5 needles.
Yes.
But I find when I'm doing the thumb,
just 3.
Just 3.
Because 4 is too many.
It gets fiddly. So now we've got 3 and our 4th is just our working needle.
Yeah. And then you just do exactly the same thing that you did for the mitt.
Exactly. You're just going to work around.
In miniature.
In miniature.
That's right.
It's kind of fiddly, but you're just going to keep going round and round just like you did for the mitt.
Yep.
Until your thumb reaches the end.
Yep.
The knitted thumb reaches the length of your actual thumb. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Because in this mitt, there's only one round, just that very last round that you're going to knit knit 2 stitches together all the way around.
Yeah.
And then just pull it.
And then pull the yarn through the live stitches, pulling them closed.
Just like a drawstring.
Just like a drawstring.
Yep.
Finishing the thumb exactly the same way that you finished the top of the mitt.
Exactly.
And that's it.
And then you'll be done.
And then you'll have a finished mitt. Then you should probably immediately cast on the second one so that you have a pair.
Right. I've never heard of second mitten syndrome.
Second mitten syndrome, no.
But they do.
Second sock syndrome is a real thing. So that's it. That should get you through your mitten. And I hope you've enjoyed this. This mitten tutorial took way longer to get out to you than I intended. But both Louise and I are super excited to be thinking and looking forward to starting making socks with everybody. Come September, we have plans in the works to get sock videos out for you.
That's excited.
Yay.
I'm excited to see their finished mitten.
I know.
Now that they've got the thumb.
I know. So when you finish your mitten, feel free to post it on Facebook or Instagram and maybe just give us a little tag. You can tag Super Simple Mitten Pattern. That seems like a good tag to me.
I think it's great.
Awesome. Thanks, Louise.
You are very welcome. Happy thumb knitting, everybody.
Happy thumb knitting. And we'll see you soon. Take care.